Hey everyone, how are you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. So, this reading that I've just put together just now has to do with the incoming energy wave that we're going to be experiencing over the next few hours. I did do a reading the other day based on what was reported to be this huge, massive blast, explosion type energy, sort of like a volcanic type of eruption that was coming from the sun. And it was going to take around about 36 hours or so to reach Earth. So on the spectrogram of the Schumann resonance, you're starting to see the energy starting to come in. So if you don't have the app already, it's always good to kind of get, and then you can sort of like keep a daily daily progress and how you're getting on with yourself, and also just checking in to see what the frequencies are like and what the spectrogram is like for the Schumann resonance. So you can kind of know how to pace yourself as you're going through your journey. So just take resonance with this reading, with this spread, with whatever I'm going to be saying, and also like how you're feeling as well. Okay, because not everything that I might say about this reading you're going to resonate with. So let's begin with the Death card being in the reverse. We've then got the Hermit and the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. We've then got the Knight of Swords in the reverse with the Sun in the upright position. And then we've got the Five of Cups in the reverse and the Tower in the reverse. So what I was getting, I just sort of like to see how this is going to be playing out. With the Death card, there's nothing really to fear about, these endings. It's not the end of the world as, people may be predicting and all stuff like that. Sure, there's a lot of seismic activity. Sure, there's a lot of earthquakes that's been going on, whether they are natural or unnatural, if you know what I mean. But these changes are coming in fast and furious, with good intention, because there's a lot of things that need to be cleared up, not only just within ourselves, but within the earth too. So this is about sort of like a change that is good. Of course, it's going to be bloody intense and it's going to feel like, oh my God, I can't take it anymore. But there is something that where you've been in this energy of the Hermit for quite a while, doing the shadow work. If you had noticed the spectrogram from last week, literally the whole of last week was the same kind of patterning. However, I think it was from Wednesday or Thursday, Friday, and towards the end of the week, going into the weekend, there were gaps, quite very noticeable gaps, which kind of suggested a few, like people were saying, they were like timeline jumps. So you might have felt really uneasy last week. Very like you're here, but you're not here. Things feel off. Everybody feels off, etc., etc. But this was because of the ungrounded energy that you were experiencing and pushing up all of those and facing really all of those awkward energies that you may have put on the back burner. But they can no longer remain on the back burner. They have to be dealt with. They have to be faced once and for all if you are going to meet the timeline jump. If you're going to make that quantum leap and you want to go into 5D and you want to be able to have that positive timeline experience, then you're going to have to deal with this shit first before you can start to really feel that lightness and that beautiful joy and contentment energy that, you know that you're expecting. But you can also act as if you have it now. Yes, you do. You have the choice. So I feel that the time has come now where the waiting is over. You may have been very patient at that time. And it's also a time of where this is where you may need to start coming out from isolation, start going more out in nature, whether you can see the sun or not, but it's best to get out and get some air. And with the Knight of Swords being in the reverse, now usually this is like a really fast energy and stuff like this. What I'm getting, coupled with the Sun, it's going to feel as if, now, I mean, to be honest, you never know what's really going to happen because there's so many different timeline possibilities. But from what I'm gathering from the strongest possible timeline is that this energy could last anywhere from about 24 to probably, less than 36 hours. You might get those sharp bursts, so it might last a few hours and then you might get a little break and then it might just come in again with another intense force and, you're going to have to deal with it. All of that is necessary because I feel that it's going to, let me just get this out so you can see, it's going to make you feel a bit more renewed, refreshed, and no longer in this energy of feeling any kind of regrets, any kind of losses that you may have been feeling. It's going to help you to cut your losses and eventually move on and move away and avoid a lot of these, like feeling really sort of out of shape, out of sync with everything, because it's almost like saying that you're no longer able to support a system that's based on lies. You just can't do it anymore. And if people are going to be sort of like accusing you of leaving it behind because everything's now coming to the surface, you are literally going where you are being called to, okay, where you're being guided to, whether this is if you work with your guides upstairs, your contacts upstairs, or if this is you actually connecting directly with, source, the source of all creation. There's this pull that is going to help you to really get through this. And things are going to get better. You really have to believe in that. Definitely, it is going to get better. We've all gone through, and we all are going through a very, very intense time where we are just so spent. We literally just don't have any more zero fucks to give, because in doing so is just exhausting. And then, you just got to just keep on going. How do you keep on doing that if, you're expected to support a system that wants to keep you in lockdown? It's not really going to be happening. So let's just expand on this energy. So again, just take what resonates here with this. So let's look at the Death card. So what we've got for the Death card is the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. So things that are no longer working or what you were working on. It can even be working, and that's coming to an end. For some of you who may be looking to sort of come out from a job as well, don't fear it. Don't fear, walking away. Only that can be decided by the individual who's watching this reading, and not you to be coerced or influenced by another person. You are the one that's in control of your situation right now. If you feel that you're going to need to walk away, that you have to, then that's what you're going to have to do. Okay, because you're being guided to. You can no longer contain the lies anymore. It's painful. So let's have a look at the Hermit in the reverse, this isolation kind of energy where you're just feeling so cut off and distant from everybody else. Let's look at that first before going to the 7 of Pentacles. And we do have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So it may have felt like a really long time that things were really dragging. And you may have, because of everything that's what's been going on, you might have felt really like, okay, I'm going to distance myself and for as long as it takes. I need to protect myself. I need to be wary of everything. Everything and everyone, because of, how I'm feeling or what's really going on with this. Or if this is something where it was outside of your control, and everything was dragging. It's like, oh my gosh, but it's coming to an end now, so things are not going to feel so sluggish anymore. With the Seven of Pentacles being in the reverse, we do have the Two of Wands in the upright position. So now is the time to start considering what actions to take, what's the best course of action for you, the path that you're going on. So with regards to the Knight of Swords in the reverse with the Sun in the upright position, I'm going to pull for these two cards straight away. And we do have the Ten of Swords in the reverse with the King of Swords in the reverse as well. So there's about the worst, at present, the worst seems to be coming to an end. Like it's going to start to get better from now on. And the Sun is exposing a lot of all these false authorities, all of these people that were in positions of, so-called power, but really they were in a powerless situation, and really you were the powerful one. So all of this inversion has been now reverted, restored. Okay, so it's like you getting your power back as well. With this Five of Cups being in the reverse, we have the Five of Pentacles being in the reverse. So no longer feeling like, like this feeling of like hardship, poverty, or feeling, this lack mentality. All of that is being, dissolved away through the energy of this Sun. So you're going to start to feel more empowered, more focused, able to sort of like look at things from a much more positive perspective. It might have been a struggle in the past because you might have been suffering from brain fog, or feeling like, again, the enthusiasm to do anything just felt like you didn't want to do it. Why? Because it would have meant for some of you aligning with a system that you don't want to align with. But it doesn't mean that you're lazy. It just meant that you just don't want to invest your time and energy and money into supporting something that you're not going to really get much out of yourself in terms of having a better quality of life. I'm not saying that you're being like materialistic or anything like that, but you're tired of being in survival mode. Now's the time to start living in abundance mode. And then the card underneath the bottom of the deck is the Hermit in the reverse. So definitely a time of coming out from isolation. As I said, see if you can get out there for the next few days. Soak up the sun. If you can afford it, then definitely go somewhere nice and sunny. And go and sit on the beach, walk by a river, go to a pond, a lake, somewhere where you can have more interaction with, nature, by a river, rather than, being around so many different people, at the same time as well. Okay, so let's close out this reading and let's see what we've got messages coming in from the Ancient Stones Oracle. And the card that wants to speak first we have got is Hidden Treasure. You're on the right track. Gift revealed. So as I was saying, like for some of you guys that will feel that that this is the right course of action for you to take, your gifts are starting to come back in. You're starting to feel more positive, more creative, like no longer feeling like less confident about doing things and more like I can. And then we've got finding your center. Stay true to you. Call it to you. So I do feel again with this, staying in this authentic way and no longer sort of like pretending, because you can't keep on pleasing others, especially when you know, again, that this isn't really what you want to do. You've got to find the joy in what you're trying to create. You've got to try and find that joy and hold on to it more than holding on to other people's joys. You've got to find your own and call it to you. Stay in your center, stay grounded. The next card that we've got is Singing Stones. Transmit your vibration, use your voice. So for some of you, it could be you wanting to get into music or to be a singer or to be a speaker, to start having that confidence to speak up about certain things that you care about, that you've got passions about, that you've noticed in your own neck of the woods, in your own part of the world, bringing people together, that sort of thing. So, that's an amazing thing to have. And the sanctuary, harmony and balance, joy and contentment. So as I said, finding the joy within yourself, staying, definitely grounded, Harmony, balance, I would definitely say would be to do with your inner feminine and inner masculine energies, because it has been taking its toll. Oh, it's raining out there. It's taken its toll on you, you know, and well, for everybody. But knowing that there is going to be light at the end of the tunnel. And I feel that you're definitely somebody, you know, one of those people, one of those few people who have actually, you're coming closer to the end of the tunnel. You can start to see the light. And not underneath, we've got the secret chamber, potency, deep connection, treasure. And as I was saying just now, I don't know if you can see, guys, but as I was saying, you know, this is kind of giving me this tunnel thing. You're starting to see the light. You're starting to kind of get there, right? Even though it says secret chamber, to me, I mean, it also represents a tunnel. But you're starting to see the light. You're going to, but the only way for you to get there, you need to come out from your show. You need to come out from this isolation, the hermit mode, all right? And underneath the bottom of the deck, we have got releasing the past, emerging, transforming, energies transmuted. So emerging, it almost looks as if you would have come out from the tunnel, and there you are, you know, infused with this beautiful energy of light. So if you were in this tunnel vision, if you was feeling like, you know, really closed off from everybody and everything, you're now starting to come out from that you know, that dark space where, you know, you could have been enduring that dark night of the soul, and you